One of the things I haven't talked enough about, I don't think, is the importance of practice. One of the things that we do a lot in the VIP, certainly mastermind, but also in group coaching, is we schedule role plays. And role plays are a great way, a little nerve wracking for some people, but better they be nerve wracking in practice than when you're actually on a call. So what we do is we pick two people. Oftentimes I'm on the other side of that, whether I'm playing a board member or a prospect or a lawyer or accountant or financial institution. And then the mentee ends up doing what they want to do for that call. They have a goal. Maybe it's to have another call. Maybe it's to find out what motivates a seller and move to the next step, et cetera, et cetera. And it reminds me when back in my corporate career, when I was in Detroit calling on the automotive guys, I ran a big office there, a lot of really good salespeople. But when we ended up going to do a price increase, for example, I would end up saying to somebody, and the other people in the office would do the same, I got to give a price increase. Would it be okay if we sat down and did a role play? And we would do it. And one of us would play the salesperson and one of us would play the buyer. And we would try to put as much pressure on the person giving the price increase so that we could know, okay, how are we going to answer those questions? What's going to come up, et cetera, et cetera. And the same is true with all of this process. Yes, if you can't find someone to do a role play with, you should start lower down the food chain. Don't go for your big guns right out of the blocks because you're usually not that good. But if you are looking to do role plays, if you are looking to practice and you don't have anyone to do that, you ought to consider group coaching. Just go over to brucewhipple.com and look under the coaching and you'll see that. But there are a few openings as well. But that's a good opportunity to practice in a safe environment, if you will, and work the kinks out before you get out into the battle of actually doing this business acquisition thing in the real world. So I would encourage you, however you do it, practice. You really can't do that alone. You need someone on the other side that puts you off tilt, has you think on your feet, and then a group that will critique it to point out what errors you're making. We had a role play which was 25 minutes. That's a pretty long role play. A lot of it was done well. It was somebody who in the beginning, he's in the VIP mastermind, really was pretty poor in these things, but he had gotten much better. But after the role play, a lot of people commented on what they saw. A lot of it was positive. But what I said was, you spent 25 minutes, you scheduled another call, just got a question. Do you know if that person fits your avatar? Do you know what the sales are there? Do you know whether they're profitable? And he said, ooh, no, I don't. And so that's a great example of what's your desired outcome from a call, and to be able to focus on that. But then in a role play, there will be things that you may forget like that, that'll be pointed out by those people on the call, on the role play. So if you are interested in doing that, again, go over to my website. If you don't know how to start conversations, there's a free course there. And just go again to the boot camps. You'll see actually the first thing that pops up is the free course. Just put your email in and you will get that. If you want to go there directly, just go to brucewhipple.com/free course. But think about practice and think about how you can do that and think about how you work the kinks out. Professional athletes spend more time practicing than they do playing in the games or the sports that they're in. So super important. Hope that helps, but go ahead and take some action, do some role plays. There is no substitute for taking action.